$0. That's the entire budget the VA has to buy you a service dog. At the desk with me is Professor Havel, who knows how service dogs get matched to a disability and what the rules actually cover. But here's the twist almost nobody knows. The VA covers that dog's vet care for its whole life. Every bill but one, and it's the one most veterans swear has to be included.
Kai here, and that dog you're picturing, working harness, one trained job, one person.
Think of it like a health plan that comes attached to the patient. The VA never hands you the dog, and it never owns it. What it hands you is the dog's medical coverage. Vaccines, surgeries, prescriptions, even the day you finally have to say goodbye. All of it billed to the VA, never to you.
Here's where people get tripped up. The VA doesn't hand you a dog, a charity does. You're matched through an accredited program, and the dog itself is usually donated.
For the veteran holding that leash, this isn't equipment, it's a partner.
And that's why the paperwork matters. The dog has to graduate a program certified by Assistance Dogs International or the International Guide Dog Federation, a backyard trained dog, or a support animal with a vest you bought online. The VA covers neither.
Here's what it looks like when it works. A wounded service member, steady on her feet. Next to the dog, a program matched to her.
And it opens for exactly 3 things: vision, hearing, or a serious mobility problem. That's the whole list.
So for the veteran whose wound is the kind you can't see, the question just writes itself.
Does PTSD count for this benefit, yes or no?
That's the one, Kai. And we settle it before the end. But first, the part you control. Are you standing in front of any of those 3 doors? Quick, honest ask while we are here. If this has been worth your time so far, hit like, then subscribe and ring the bell. I know everyone asks, but this one is free, and it is how a small channel like this actually grows.
Three doors, that's it. And PTSD on its own isn't one of them. Vision, hearing, or a serious mobility problem.
Door 1, vision, the classic guide dog. A white cane, replaced by an animal that reads the curb, the stairs, the crosswalk.
That's a real guide dog, leading a blind handler through a packed mall. Door 2's hearing. A dog that alerts to a smoke alarm, a knock, a name called across a room.
Door 3's the wide one. Mobility, and it's broader than a wheelchair. Balance problems, a spinal cord injury, even
Seizures, those count as mobility?
seizure disorders. Yes, a seizure drops you, Kai. The VA treats that as a real mobility risk. But here's the catch nobody mentions. Who actually decides you qualify? You or someone at the VA?
The VA does. Your own clinical team has to look at your case and rule that a dog's the optimal way for you to live independently. You don't self-select in. So walk it yourself right now. Do you clear all 3?
And that last box is where people fall. The dog can't just be well-behaved. It has to graduate a program accredited by Assistance Dogs International or the International Guide Dog Federation, and then you hand the VA the certificate. Think of that accreditation as the load-bearing wall. Pull it out, and the whole thing's just a pet.
This is what that accreditation buys. Months of structured work, a real handler, a dog proven on the exact tasks your disability needs.
So here's the wall. You can't train the dog yourself, and an emotional support animal doesn't count. Erica, back me up here. No accreditation, no benefit. But clear that bar, and the VA opens its wallet in a way that genuinely surprises people. That's the worth it number, and it's next.
Professor Havel's still with us because this next part's her world. The money. Up top I said there's one bill the VA covers that stops people cold, and one it'll never touch. Let's do both.
Start with what's covered because it's bigger than people expect. The VA doesn't reimburse you later. The insurers bill directly, premiums, co-pays, deductibles, all of it goes to the VA, never your bank account.
And this is where that money actually goes. A checkup, a stethoscope on the chest, the x-rays.
It's comprehensive too. checkups, surgery, prescriptions, and yes, even euthanasia when that day finally comes. Kai, put the whole picture up side by side.
Left side, everything the VA pays. Vet visits, surgery, prescriptions. Right side, everything it won't.
And the left side keeps going. The harness, replacement gear, even your travel to go pick the dog up that first time.
Now read me the right side, Professor Havel. The actual line off the regulation.
Food, grooming, boarding, nail trims, dog walking, license tags, none of it. This is the bill I said veterans assume is covered. It isn't. The VA insures the dog's health, not its lifestyle. That settles it.
So a groomer, a bath, a trim, that's on you. Every time.
Which points at the deeper rule. The dog's never the VA's property, it's yours. The VA just keeps it healthy enough to do the job.
Professor Havel, thank you. That's the clearest map of this benefit I've seen. So clear those 3 doors, and it's worth thousands over a dog's life. But what if your wound's the kind nobody can see? Stick around, because that's where this gets hard. Here's the hard part, and I won't soften it. If your wound's PTSD alone, this benefit doesn't cover you. Not the vet care, not a dime.
That doesn't mean the VA does nothing. There's a program, the PAWS Act. But read the fine print with me.
Under PAWS, veterans with PTSD help train service dogs. They don't walk out with one. The training itself is the therapy.
And it's tiny. 5 sites. Anchorage, Asheville, Palo Alto, San Antonio, West Palm Beach. Not near one, you're not in it.
So picture the real veteran. PTSD, no mobility problem, and they want an actual trained dog. What are their honest options?
Real ones exist. Nonprofits, accredited by that same Assistance Dogs International, place fully trained PTSD dogs, and a lot of them give the dog away free, funded by donations. That's the door the VA benefit just won't open for you.
And honestly, the VA's line has some logic. The vet care benefit's built on decades of evidence for guide and mobility dogs. The PTSD evidence is newer, which is literally why PAWS is a research pilot, not a benefit yet.
Take one veteran from the sourced case files. Mobility fine, but the nightmares in the crowds had him nearly housebound. He waited on a list for
A VA list.
No, Kai, a charities list. For his condition, the VA was never an option at all. About a year later, a donated dog gave him back the grocery store.
So your move depends on your door. Vision, hearing, mobility. Book a service dog evaluation with your VA provider. That's the whole start.
PTSD with no mobility piece? Skip the VA for the dog itself and go straight to an accredited nonprofit.
And those certified service dog sites selling you a vest and a card? Half true at best. The vest is real. The legal magic isn't. That certificate's worth exactly nothing to the VA.
One thing to carry out of here. The VA pays for the dog you qualify for, not the one you just want. Send this to any veteran who's been told a service dog's out of reach because the rules aren't what they think.
If this cleared even one thing up for you, a like and a subscribe genuinely help us make the next one. And here's the one we couldn't settle today. Should the VA fund a PTSD service dog the same way it funds one for a wheelchair? Or is the science just not there yet? For everyone here at the desk, I'm Tiffany. Thanks for watching and take care of each other out there.